ELISHA KRAUSS is in here, and she's got the news.
I sure do. Want to hear some?
Nah,
Not at all?
Yeah.
So did you hear about how John Mayer and Zach Bryan sold out Michigan, University of Michigan, Ann Arbor's whole stadium?
John Mayer and Bryan?
Yeah, wasn't it Zach Bryan? I thought it was him. They did a duet together, sold it out.
I don't know who Bryan is.
Zach Bryan did that song.
Oh, you're saying Zach Bryan. Okay. I was only hearing Bryan. John Mayer. Oh, I guess Zach is one of those weird names because John Mayer and Zach Bryan. I thought you were saying John Mayer and the Bryan or something, but Bryan, yeah. Zach. Mm-hmm.
So they sold it out. So he's a pretty popular guy. I was looking at his Spotify numbers earlier.
Zach.
Zach has so many of his. Yeah, there you go. Zach Bryan, Michigan Stadium. What is it? Isn't it the largest football stadium, college football stadium in the country? Anyway, epic concert. Everybody said it was awesome. 112,000 people there.
How does that work? I don't get how that works, but all right.
They sell
good.
tickets and people go.
No, I know it's how it goes, but it's confusing to me as to who sells the most, but okay.
Okay, so
he's popular.
He's a really
good.
popular guy. A lot of his songs, on streamers, have over 1 billion listens, which is kind of crazy. Well, now he's upsetting some people on the right side of the aisle, and has even had people within the Trump administration respond to him because he has this new song called "Bad News." Let me read you a lyric and see what you think. And ICE is gonna come bust down your door to try to build a house no one builds no more. But I got a telephone. Kids are scared and all alone. The boss stopped bumping. The rock stopped rolling. The middle finger's rising and it won't stop showing. I got some bad news. The fading of the red, white, and blue.
So it's a kind of anti-ICE thing.
Yeah, America is the worst.
What's the part where the metaphor about the house that won't be built anymore?
I wonder.
Is he talking about labor?
That was where my mind went.
What rhymes with stucco? Hey, bucko, you remove these Mexicans, you get no stucco. Oh, write that shit down.
They'll use fucko in the explicit version.
Oh, yeah, but the radio version is going to be, hey there, bucko,
right.
Don't you miss your stucco and your tacos and everything that ends with an O, oh, Lord. Oh,
you think you could sell out a Michigan Stadium?
I could do
illegal driving a trucko.
I could sell out maybe, somewhere I don't know, Clemson. Something like that. Some under 80.
Under 80.
Yeah.
Pretty big, though. Still at SEC school.
It's the biggest.
That's a big
You were
one.
right. So he's taking a jab at this country,
and
saying,
what
are we doing?
And yeah.
All right. So not good with the country fans, though, because
I think country is so broad, though, now.
Is it?
There might be an audience for this. I guess we'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah, well, listen, I think you're supposed to sing about what you care about. So if that's what he cares about, he should sing about it.
So the boss, who he references there, Bruce Springsteen, I guess is kind of his mentor and advisor.
Well, Bruce is like a soft pussy.
And there you go.
So there you go.
And I mean, Bruce has made political statements in his music for years. Obviously, U2 and, Bob Dylan and other, this has happened for decades. It's not a surprise to people.
Bruce does a lot of that. He does a lot of that. There's a factory, and now it's closed. People don't work there anymore.
That literally sounds like this
2,
lyric.
3, 4. And it's like, yeah, okay, there was a place. Yeah, and now it's gone. Hey, there's a ship, and it was called the Titanic. It's the bottom of the sea now. 2, 3, 4. It's like, okay, Bruce, there was a place, and people went there, and now they don't. Anything else you'd like to alert us to? And I know you think those people should be working somewhere else.
Yeah.
So we'll call you a hero, Bruce, but all I get from you is sort of virtue signaling. That's all they do.
Does he go out there and picket with the UAW? Does he do anything? I mean, he supports Democrats.
He does my dad worked at the Chevrolet plant in Dearborn. And one day he came home. He said, Brucey, That's what he called me.
I don't have a job no
I don't have
more.
a job no more, so no more food for you. 2, 3, 4. He tells the same sort of bullshit stories that Biden would tell. My
Sorry,
dad
it's a
told
2, 3,
me,
4.
he said, see those two fellas hugging on the corner? Ain't nothing wrong with that. 2, 3, 4. We'd sit down. According to Joe Biden and Bruce Springsteen, every single thing happened at their kitchen table.
Uh-huh.
Like my dad had come home and took his hat off. Sat at that kitchen table. He said, Joey, you're on your own. 2, 3, 4. And that's all every story.
Biden
I've
also-
noticed every one of his stories is in standard time.
You know the great thing about Joe Biden?
He doesn't do a
Biden's
waltz
stories-
for a story ever.
Joe Biden's stories were also like the basketball court too.
I
It was the
learned
basketball court or the kitchen
the
table.
kitchen tables where he learned. And when he got called Joey, that meant, some wisdom was going to be imparted. His dad ran one of the biggest Chevrolet dealerships in the county. And that's why when he got married at 23, he got a brand new Corvette
Like a rock.
for his wedding gift.
Wrong guy.
For a wedding gift.
Right.
He got a brand new Corvette. So I don't know. Was his dad? How
One
hard
day,
travel?
son, you're going to store classified documents in the
That's
trunk.
right. I got you the 327, not the big block with the side oiler. 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
You
He
gonna
got
listen
a
to the song
Corvette.
though? You gonna listen to the song? And,
Sure. Listen. You can say whatever you want. It's fine. I don't like. Look,
There's a lot of things you don't like, so I'm bracing myself for thing Adam doesn't like 1001.
Your side created a problem by letting tons of unvetted people into this country.
Mm-hmm.
You created a problem. The problem is now trying to be unrectified or unfuctified by what you guys did.
Mm-hmm.
So, first off, the surgeon who comes in after you never got your boil lanced after 30 years and now it's infected, it's on your back. It's not really on him. You let it go.
2, 3, 4.
3, 4. What rhymes with carbuncle? You let it go. So you let
Drunk
this
uncle.
You let this problem go. You said that Kamala Harris had been to the border. She was in charge of the border. You had Mayorkas and everyone lie. You had a picture of Border Patrol with their reins in their hands, and you said they're whipping Haitians.
And children in cages.
And children in cages. You created a massive problem. Now the problem is going to have to be fixed. The problem is there's no clean, easy, fast, and cheap way to fix this problem other than getting people who are not here legally, going in and getting them out.
Which actually, when I listened to the song and listened to this lyric, is Zach Bryan insinuating that he's dating an illegal whose kids are all alone, but he's got the phone?
They have done this. They've done two things. They've said these people are just here to work. And they started with a lie. Do you guys notice, Dawson, I'm looking at you too. What happened to the lie that they contribute more than they take, that they put in more, they use less? Remember that? Remember 3 years ago, these people were a net plus
They
for
paid
us?
more in taxes than all of us.
Right. They paid more, they contributed more, they used less. That was always that. They
That's
dropped.
still Newsom's line, by the way.
Oh, is it still?
Yeah.
Well, everyone else dropped that bullshit.
Because it turned
now
out
there's
it wasn't
just
true.
they're here to work, and not only are they here to work, they're going to do everything you won't do, lazy white man. So leave them alone, which is their argument. And look, there's some, I have some sympathy for you've been here for a million years and you abide by the laws and you work real hard. Then you're on a list, but you're at the bottom of the list. We'll take the troublemakers off the top.
I do understand even the argument that Obama made when he was president of the dreamers, when kids are brought here by their parents, it's not their fault, but then give them a path to citizenship that vets them and figures it out and lets them stay here. That's fine too.
Ooh, maybe he should cover that song.
Obama, he does like to sing. He's got
No,
a
I'm
spoken
talking
word.
Zach. Zach should take a twist on "Don't Fall in Love with a Dreamer." What was that song?
Oh God,
That was that was like what?
Won't turn out the light.
I feel like
Just
the next.
hold on. It's Kenny Rogers.
No.
Yeah, he
Is
sings
it?
a duet.
It's a duet.
And it's the chick. She's got that raspy voice. I love her though.
Oh,
Stevie
Kim
Nicks?
Carnes.
No, Kim
Oh.
Carnes. Yeah, she's the one with the Betty Davis eyes. And
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it Kim
I think it's
Carnes?
Kim Carnes and Kenny Rogers.
oh, was
I
it
love
Kenny
that song.
Rogers?
I just feel like you guys have really clinched that the next Carolla team outing should be
Yes, it is.
karaoke.
100%.
Oh yeah. So it's Kenny and Kim
Kenny
Carnes.
and Kim Carnes.
Oh, good pull, man. That was a
Nice.
good pull.
Nice.
Yeah, that had a big hit. Don't fall in love with the dreamer.
I just gotta say, don't agree with Zach Bryan, but this is the First Amendment at work right here.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Couldn't say this in Saudi Arabia.
No, you could not.
All right, this is kind of interesting. And my church has experienced this firsthand. According to the Barna Group, who's out in Ventura County, they're like a Christian polling company. They say that Gen Z men are returning to church in surprising numbers in the faith resurgence. I read another article about this week, too. I think it was in Christianity Today, where they were like, is it really a rise in young men going to church, or is it a decrease in young women leaving the church? And it's actually a little bit of both. Gen Z men are attending slightly more often than millennial men even, marking a generational reversal from years gone by. According to Daniel Copeland over at the Barna Group, he's the vice president of research over there. He says, quote, "This data represents good news for church leaders and adds to the picture that spiritual renewal is shaping Gen Z and millennials today."
What is the Gen Z age? I've rejected all these titles, so I never know.
I'm a grandma millennial and I'm 39. So Gen Z, I think, is like 38 and younger, right?
And so they're going, and women aren't going in the same
And
numbers.
and whether or not it's affiliated, Gen Z men are also kind of coming more to the right, as well as Gen Z women move more to the left.
Yeah, this bolsters my theory that women are going insane because I see them fighting and screaming, and less church probably helps with you
With the crazy?
spitting on ICE officers and like screaming and stuff like that. I think it makes sense to me. Gen Z is 13 to 28.
Oh, wow.
So it
That's
says.
young. That's way young. Wait,
Yeah.
so you're saying millennial is 28 to like 48 then?
I don't know.
I thought it was like generations were every 20 years.
No, yeah. Millennial goes down to like 30.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right.
I
So
still
good.
thought I
I'm-
was a grandma millennial.
More
People going to church
good.
is a good thing.
It is.
And
I agree.
apparently, even some churches, this Barna study came out towards the it was the end of 2024 into early 2025. This doesn't even include the data since the murder of Charlie Kirk, in which
Oh.
churches all around the
Oh,
country said
yeah.
that they saw an insane increase in young men and people generally, but specifically young men
Big
going
spike.
to church.
Yeah,
By the way, I think that's better for the country.
I do too.
I think it's better for culture.
I agree with all that.
Like, I think, monogamy and 10 Commandments and all those things the Bible teaches are pretty good.
I agree. They had it right. It's basically diet and exercise. It's just
Spiritual
diet
diet and exercise.
Just basic stuff, old stuff.
Well,
stuff
one of the
grandma-
7 deadly sins is gluttony. So you're right. It is. It's diet and exercise without Ozempic.
I agree, but Ozempic makes it easy for people to cut corners.
I think that the
and
cell
take
phone.
easy roads.
I think that the cell phone has made it easy for people to cut church out of their life, which in turn cuts out community and emotional regulation and normalcy and communication. Right? Like, there's so many things that are negative about technology, and I think removing you from the real world is one of those things. And that's why you see people, like you said, women going a little extra crazy on ICE officers or police officers.
Well, I'm only saying women are going crazy because they formerly weren't crazy. It was guys punching and screaming and
Yeah.
doing that, and now it's women punching and screaming.
Well, because previously women were stuck at home.
They couldn't punch and scream.
No,
they were
they're-
stuck at home, and now they're the tip of the spear. And I listen, as a human, we're always trying to find a shortcut for everything, like you start off as a kid and it's like you could go all the way around, or you could just hop that fence and be there like right now. And so you hop the fence, so you just kind of look for ways to get there faster and easier. And so that's what we're wired for. So if there's Ozempic versus willpower, we'll do the Ozempic, and we do everything that way. But eventually, you forget that walking the long way burns calories. You meet people, you have experiences, you see things.
Might see a little butterfly or a bird.
Little bird or butterfly. And hopping the fence, you sort of deprive yourself of that.
Yep.
And so I always preach this to people. Like, I am, as you saw, on my second merch bag repair. The first merch bag repair completely blew out. The bottom of it, the zipper pulled apart, and the thing just blew out.
But you're a doer.
Yeah, and I went and they said, throw out the merch bag and go buy a new merch bag. And I said, will not throw out that merch bag. I shall fix that merch bag. And I fixed it.
Yeah, that's what you were doing when I got here. I was like, what are you doing?
Well, that was the first merch bag I fixed. And then we dragged that thing around the country for another 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually Burbank Airport made me toss it, for a long story. But either way, the second merch bag, the handles just pulled off. And then somebody said, throw that away, get a new merch bag. And I said, I'm going to fix the handle. Now, I got the money for a new merch bag. I just don't like filling the landfill with more plastic, number one. And then number two, I can fix it. And I have a bunch of tools.
Yeah.
And it feels good to fix things.
And I think that that's the part that people don't realize is the feel good part. Like there can be some level of, dang it, I feel stupid. I don't know what tools to use. I don't know how to fix this.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you work through that and get to the part of fixing something or doing something hard, it's the good feeling at the other end of it.
And then,
that a lot of society doesn't experience anymore because they don't do the hard thing in the first place. They avoid the hard thing.
I traveled the country for 2 years with my fixed merch bag, and I was throwing that thing in the back of Ubers and putting it on the scale, the Southwest terminal and whatever. And every time I saw it, I'd see this piece of wood that I put along the bottom to fix it. And it reminded me that I fixed it and that it worked fine.
Yeah.
And it always worked fine. We never had to throw it out because it didn't come undone. Now, it didn't look as good as other merch bags out there. But now the handle's blown out on this one, and I'm going to have to fix this.
Did you
bad
zip
boy
tie
too.
it, or what are you going to do to it?
It's a handle, like a D-shaped handle, a regular handle, that is just pulled out from the cloth, and the hole has been yoked out. And because the thing weighs, you end up putting 50 pounds worth of books in there.
True.
It's bound to happen again because someone's going to lift it by the handle and it's going to be 50 pounds and it's going to blow out.
It's like a really big kettlebell you're carrying around the country.
Yes. So I'm going to have to put a backer, something broad on it for in between. I'm going to have to spread that load out. I'm going to figure it out.
But you have to be careful what you use as the backer because most of the time your limit domestic travel is 50 pounds. So if you have 50 pounds of merch, you don't want to lose out on money by putting in like a plywood backer that takes up, like, what, 3 pounds?
You can find a piece of plastic.
No, I'm weighing it. I'm weighing.
You're going to wait along the way and see.
I'm weighing doing a through bolt versus a wood screw type thing. Either way, I will examine it.
I want to see before and after.
It will work.
I think
just like the other bag I worked out.
We should document this for the gram.
Yeah, I don't have I got to find what I got here in terms of materials and stuff like that. But I will fix it and it shall
Can
work.
you come to my house because I've been on the phone with 2 different companies today. My washing machine lock is like just and I can't use my washing machine. So
your washing machine lock.
Yeah, so like where it clicks and then like it locks and then the load runs. It won't lock.
It won't latch.
It's like the top part, the plastic part, whatever was on the inside, I can see it dangling.
Yeah.
And it won't.
Well, you got to order
connect.
that part.
Yeah.
Well, you got to go figure out what unit you have.
I got the unit and the serial number and it's under warranty and all that stuff. And they're telling me they can't come for a week. And I'm like, yo, I have 4 kids and 3 adults in this house. You think I can go a week without doing laundry?
I'll bet you that part goes bad frequently on that unit. And I bet you can buy it fairly cheaply online. And it's probably just 2 screws away from being replaced.
But I have to then take off the whole outside of the thing because it's one big piece in order to access that
Oh, you got
inside
one big
part.
sheet metal shroud around it.
It's
You
a
got to
Speed
pop
Queen,
that
So
off.
it's like the metal all the way around.
Speed Queen always sounded weird to me.
Right?
Like it sounded very Tina Turner from Tommy. She was the Gypsy Acid Queen, which was the craziest character ever in a movie. Probably not homeschooling.
No,
recommended
don't even know
viewing.
what that is.
The Who is
Yeah.
is a English rock and roll band.
Yes, I'm familiar.
Okay.
I prefer Zeppelin, but go on.
They wrote a rock opera called Tommy.
Stop. I'm totally looking this up later. Go on. Wait, and Tina Turner was in it?
Tommy was about a blind, deaf and dumb boy who was really good at pinball. And
It's the song. They wrote the song for the movie or the movie for the song?
the song was in the rock opera.
Okay.
And then at some point they made the rock opera, the movie, and had cameos by everyone. Elton John
No.
sung Pinball Wizard because he covered it too.
Yeah.
And Tina Turner played the Gypsy Acid Queen, and it was weird and scary. Scary and freaky. Oh, and Anne Margaret was in it.
Wow.
Yeah, she got covered in beans.
So did Tina Turner do this before she did Mad Max?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And it
This was her audition for Mad Max?
It was a weird, surreal movie, and I didn't know what to make of it when I was a kid, but it kind of gave me bad dreams. But
So Halloween vibes?
Yeah, Speed Queen sounds like Gypsy Acid Queen. Speed Queen is a weird name, but it made sense for 1942, and then Speed got popular, and then the Queen and all that. All right, you got any more stories?
I do.
Let's do one more.
Have you heard about this Attorney General candidate in Virginia, Mr. Jay Jones?
Yeah, this is a weird story, and it's so funny. Like if you see like the greatest part of all these stories is, well, you read the story, but I think it was Politico's version of it. I love my favorite
The way they
part
spin
of,
it.
Yes, I love when the left-wing rags have to spin it their direction. Like I love like Ilhan Omar, like on 9/11, some people did some things.
Don't know
Oh,
who.
you mean
And
like
then Republicans pounce.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Republicans bounce, right? Yeah, I love the soft sell.
Yeah.
Especially when it's murderous intent.
So USA Today headline is Democratic candidate faces bipartisan backlash over texts about shooting colleague. But NPR and Politico and the like Washington Post and others,
Some
to your
people
point,
said something.
we're literally like Democratic AG candidate, like minority because he's a black guy, Democratic candidate for AG in Virginia, pounced on by Republicans or alleged text messages.
All right,
like
they'll
there's
do alleged,
screenshots.
yeah, and they'll also do a version. The political version of it, which is funny, which is like, after a controversial statement or something, they never say threaten to kill. They
Threaten
just
to kill somebody
they'll
with
take
2
some
bullets to the
soft
head.
Version of this. Yeah, what was that story? Because it's pretty.
So back in 2022, this is an old conversation that this female Republican delegate from Virginia, Carrie Corner, shared reported screenshots of her August 8th, 2022 conversation with Jay Jones in which he admitted he said that they were sent to her in error. So he acknowledged sending these. It's not even like he's trying to cover it up. He's acknowledging it. He said that he was joking that a previous Virginia House of Delegates speaker should get, quote unquote, 2 bullets to the head. He reiterated that violent rhetoric has no place in our politics. However, he accused his Republican incumbent, Jason Ramirez, of dropping smears through the media outlet favorable to Donald Trump and politicians. He also said he sent text messages that he regretted. So the thing that's even weirder is she followed up with this like literally a couple days after Charlie Kirk died. And he kind of doubled down on it. So the original text messages said 3 people, 2 bullets. Gilbert, his Republican opponent, Hitler, and Pol Pot. He texted, Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head. Coiner, the Republican delegate, responded, Jay, please stop. And he said, LOL, okay. She said, it really bothers me when you talk about hurting people or wishing death upon them. Later in the text thread, Jones also reportedly mentioned Gilbert's wife and children. Do I think Todd and Jennifer are evil and that they're breeding little fascists? Yes, he said. So
Yeah, he wanted to pee on their grave.
he wanted
too.
to pee on their grave. He talked about
Yeah, look, if you're evil and you're breeding fascists, then you do need a bullet.
this is
'cause
what the
that's
left has
how-
been saying for years. Like this is what you do as fascists.
They run away from it all the time. But if you're doing the evil and you're doing the fascist, then some 19-year-old who's out of his mind will do the math on the evil and the fascist.
And it's like, I think what bothers me even more is the minor children, like the children
Yes.
involved. It's like and I said this when people go after the Obama girls or Chelsea Clinton or anybody else. It's like, just keep the kids out of it. Like your kids aren't responsible for your behavior or what you do for a living. Neither are mine. They were like born into our family. That's the way it is. They
Let me
can't.
write this down.
Your children.
Born kids. Hold on. Your kids were born into my family?
No, I said your kids or my kids. Like they're born
into
in.
your. My kids
No,
weren't
I-
born in. All right, hold on. Slow down. Kids born
Did I miss
family.
something?
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I get it.
You know,
no,
so,
it's
like,
not their fault.
It's not their fault.
Later on, when Chelsea becomes an unhinged
Oh, yes,
bitch, then
that's crazy.
by all means,
But
pile on.
don't leave the kids out of this. And
Sure.
the fact that Democrats, including Tim Kaine, walked into the Capitol today and was like, no, I've known him for 25 years. I don't think he meant this. He shouldn't say those things, but he shouldn't step out of the race either. Are you kidding me?
Here's the thing: people do believe this stuff, and you talk about the extreme example of someone taking a gun and ending a life because they think they're killing a Nazi. But what about a much less extreme? Say, would you want a nurse who thinks this way
How
Yeah.
putting your catheter in?
Or teaching my children?
Or if I ran a hospital and I thought these people were Nazis,
Yeah.
let's just say I wasn't going to pick up an assassin's rifle, but I wouldn't hire them.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't give them overtime. I would not want to be around them.
Here you go. NBC News says that Winsome Sears, who's the current lieutenant governor of Virginia, first minority and first female to hold that office, by the way, in a previously segregated state, pounces.
Yeah, she's pouncing.
She's pouncing. She's seizing on the moment.
That's right. That's her fault. Yeah. Okay. So this guy is trying to be the attorney general.
Yeah.
And he's going to be in charge of people's fates. And we can't
Do you trust this guy to be a prosecutor? Do you
Well-
trust him not to go after his political enemies with like his legal power?
Here's what I've learned, sadly, and very convincingly. This sort of like, well, Trump's getting this case is going to be in D.C., so he doesn't stand a chance. Like, well, I'd like to do it based on the merits of the case, not the makeup.
Of the judge and the justice system?
Yes. And so there's a lot of that. Now, I think the left does that much more than the right because they're more driven by ideology.
You mean when it comes to the judiciary?
Judiciary and beyond. I mean, look, if I'm a school principal and I'm very progressive and two kids get into trouble, one's wearing a MAGA hat and the other voted for Hillary Clinton, then I'll go, well, this kid's a nice kid, but he got caught up with some bad kids. And I'd see the MAGA hat kid and I go, that kid's evil.
Well, like they did with those students at the March for Life, right?
Right.
That were quote unquote harassing the Native American guy.
Right.
Remember that case?
I know. Can the ladies from The View stop just every 10 minutes and look back at all the Kyle Rittenhouse and Jussie Smollett and everything they've been wrong? They've been wrong about everything.
Yeah.
They got
Justice
duped.
Kavanaugh.
Everything they're wrong
March
about.
for Life kids.
It's all perfect.
COVID.
So I do think those people are much more likely to not turn a blind eye to whatever because their ideology drives them. And if you're evil, then they got a chance to get their pound of flesh.
And this is this week everybody's all been a Twitter about Pam Bondi going after James Comey and Trump's going after his enemies and he has a list and it's unjust and it's fascist, same language they've been using for 10 years now. And it's like, well, but then like you said, they're like, great, let's take up this prosecution case against Donald Trump in New York because we know the DAs there and the AG there are going to get Trump. It's
well,
like
we know
both
because they
sides do
announced
this.
it when they were running.
It was their
Number one.
campaign
And number
slogan.
two,
Jay Jones, this guy in Virginia, said the same thing too. He's like, I'm going to go after everything that Glenn Youngkin and Winsome Sears and Donald Trump did.
right. But also the whole overestimated the value of Mar-a-Lago or whatever. I don't even know what that was. I mean, I still don't really know what it was.
How is it really illegal, you mean?
Well, I've done enough real estate where I can't just go, yeah, I'd like a loan on this warehouse, and I got it at about $50 million, so I'm going to need, what's 75% of that? I mean, just give me $37 million. The bank's going to go, no, we'll do our own appraisal. We're not going to take your word for anything.
Yeah.
Because you're going to go high. So they'll come in and then they'll appraise it. And then they'll give a number, but their appraisal will be low because it's to protect them. And then we'll decide whether they give me the loan or not. And
this is like the same with an insurance company when you have damage on a house.
And then I'll pay the loan back, and then that'll be that. At some point where they go, Carolla said it was worth $50 million. I don't know how that works. And then you go get your expert and say that this warehouse was worth $80,000 when they say Mar-a-Lago was worth $15 million or whatever, something insane.
Trump said it was worth like $30 million, and it showed that it was worth $18 million, and then he got like charged for lying about it on bank documents or something.
$30 million doesn't get you a 8,000 square foot nicest house that Tom Brady might be your neighbor in that neighborhood.
Yeah, wasn't it? Well, it used to be one of the richest. Now it's like parts of South Beach, Miami are.
I don't know. What's Trump Mar-a-Lago? It's
I can't even remember.
$250 million is what I'm saying. It's not 30. 30, it doesn't.
No, I was just saying like making up numbers. Like I remember he had a higher number, and then the prosecutors in New York were like, no,
they had it. They had it at like 18.
Yeah,
18 buys you. 18 doesn't.
Nothing in Palm Beach.
18 doesn't buy you half of J-Lo and Ben Affleck's house that's on the market.
The most important aspect of that case, though, is this was a deal between Trump and the bank. Trump got the loan and then paid it off.
Right.
We're done.
Right.
End of transaction.
Right.
Goodbye.
Right. So this is
crazy.
lawfare.
It's crazy. And the lawfare is good when Dems do it, but it's bad when Republicans do it.
Right.
And I'm just like, can it just be bad when anybody does it?
2022, Forbes had Mar-a-Lago at $350 million. And that was 3 years ago, so it's probably a little bit more than that.
But that was when the case was going down. In 2022 was when the case went down, right?
That was before, I think.
It might have started before, but he wasn't a sitting president when they were prosecuting him for that. It was during the campaign.
Yeah, they wanted to just prosecute him so he wouldn't be president and do this stuff.
Yep.
And then they could keep their USA aid and ID or whatever they would just keep all their money flowing.
By the way, Marco Rubio, man, he has so many jobs.
I know.
He's like Secretary of State. He's working on Middle East deals. He's running USAID or not running it anymore. Trump keeps giving him all these jobs. It's hilarious.
Well, you want to get something done, give it to someone who's busy. All right, ELISHA KRAUSS. People can go check out your column.
Yep. It's on this week. Mr. J. Jones and how Democrats will not distance themselves from him.